Hey, what's up guys? This is the TimeWizard here, coming at you guys with another deck profile. Another guy at our locals went 4-0 today, and what are you playing today?
I'm playing Nurse Burn OTK.
Nurse Burn OTK. So, I know what you guys are going to probably say, what a juvenile deck to play, but it is a legitimate deck to play, and you should know how this deck works. So this is why I want to profile this, so you guys understand how this deck works and how you can probably counteract it. It's fairly straightforward, but we're going to give it away to him, and let's see why you chose some of your cards. So, for your monsters, he's got the 2 card D, the 2 Nurse Burn. You said you wanted to say something about the Nurse Burn.
The Nurse Burn always need 3, but I only have 2 because I'm unable to obtain the 3rd one. And the other card D, always get to play 3 too, so you can get card advantage. But like here, I only have 2.
Alright. Then for the spells, you got pretty straightforward stuff. Power Duality for the searching. Why the Soul Taker?
Soul Takers is whenever I have Nurse Verifique of the fallen one or a bad reaction to Smoochie, I can destroy their monster, and instead of them gaining 1,000, they will lose 1,000.
So it's like a double hit, essentially.
It's a double hit. And then the other good news is this also stops certain card effects from timing. Like, for example, when you use it against Chaos Dragons, there's a particular dragon that doesn't get their effect.
Alright.
For example.
Now the Upstart, I know this can be a bit of a brutal card in the right combination. So essentially, they'll take 1,000, but you'll still draw a card, right?
Yes.
So that's a pretty mean setup right there. MST is obvious, the 1 day apiece, and the Soul Charge. The Soul Charge is to keep your Fallens on the board, right?
To keep it on board.
Alright. Now, onto the traps, which are pretty much the most crucial part. So, talk about this card. What does this card do? This is Try and Guess, for the people that don't know.
Try and Guess is if each player has an extra card deck, we declare 1 extra deck, monster card type, fusion, synchro, or XYZ. Both players reveal their extra deck, and the player who has more cards of the declared card type gains 3,000 life points.
So this is a newer card. So because your extra deck is irrelevant, you don't really have monsters to overlay or synchro into, you want to play this because it's almost like a gift card, but then they're going to end up taking the damage anyway if you have your board set up right. So you can play just a shit ton of fusions, or just any random combination, because fusions are coming back a little bit.
Yeah.
So
I can play fusions, and I couldn't say, yeah, people would say, oh my god, why do you have all these Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragons, or why do you have all these old fusion cards? It's like, oh, it's a troll deck.
Yeah. All right. Secret Barrel. You guys should pretty much know what that does, but for the people that don't know, you inflict 200 damage for each card in your opponent's hand and on their field, so that's pretty good. Paths of Destiny, let's talk about this card.
Paths of Destiny, each player flips a coin. If it's heads, both players gains 2,000. But if it's tails, I think it's both players lose 2,000. But regardless, if you have this or that cards on the field, regardless, somebody's going to take 2,000.
So it's pretty much a guarantee right there. So that's fairly nice. You don't even really have to flip the coin unless they have something to chain to it. But then we got bad restriction to, was it Smoochie?
Yeah, bad reaction to Smoochie.
That's also another one of your win conditions right there. It's sort of like Nurse here, where if they gain life points, they're going to take it regardless. So a big hit would be the 3 gift cards here, because you're giving them 300 life points, they're going to take it right there. So if you got all 3 of these on board, that's 9,000 damage coming at you. Now, something I really like about this deck, you're playing 3 Magic Cylinder. I tell everybody, this is like a kick to the nuts. Like, I feel like this card should be played more often, but yeah, that's just my opinion. But I think that's a really good card to be playing in there. Threatening Roar is pretty obvious. You don't want your opponent attacking over your Nurse. You got some defensive traps right here. The Torrential, I'm a little curious about. If they summon a monster and you got your Nurse up, would that be a different card, or did that work out in the deck today? All right.
I would actually play this for different card. I would actually put in another Nurse or another Carcardi or another Try and Guess.
And then the Reckless Greed is just for speed and consistency.
Yes.
So obviously there is no extra deck. It's irrelevant. Your side deck, you said you wanted to talk about a few cards in your side
yes.
that were interesting and helpful throughout the day.
These 3 cards helped me win against Quillifords today. Pretty tough matchup I had today. First game, they beat me. The other 2, I just dealt them burn damage. And then the next ones are Fire Hands and Ice Hands. Without these guys, with having like some type of defense set up, I would most likely have lost. Because they might have some type of back row like Royal Decree or a specific type of monster that I couldn't get over.
So you like these just so you can keep the board circulating and keep it clear so your traps go through. Now obviously, as most people can tell, you do play a ton of traps. So cards such as Royal Decree, Trap Stun, can slow you down a little bit, even MST if they hit the right card.
Yes.
But is there any other cards that you really fear for in a matchup that are problematic?
Cards that I fear are, what's it called? Anything that negates traps, anything that seems to have, anything that swarms onto the field, I would be very fearful.
So anything that can pretty much OTK you before you can OTK them, essentially?
Yes.
All right. So I think we get the gist of the deck. It's really trollsy, but, you know, hey, you went 4-0. There is no denying that. So any final words before we end the profile?
No final words.
No final words. Fair enough, man. Well, thank you for the profile. Congratulations on going 4-0. Enjoy the victory. As always, guys, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.